So a very good morning once again. So today's tutorial will be on the topic called step deviation. So this is the method by which we can find mean. So this is the third or the last method by which we can find our mean. So in the previous tutorials we had discussed methods to find mean using a direct and shortcut. Okay, so the direct method was the first method to find mean. Then we had also done shortcut where we use a shortcut method to find a mean, and now today we'll be discussing step deviation method. So the formula is this. So mean is equals to, just like in a shortcut, will be equals to a. So in case anyone has confusion as to what is a, I would request you all to kindly go through the tutorial on your shortcut, the shortcut method to find a mean. But still, for some of you, in case you not get time or you have not watched, so a stands for assumed mean, and it's always chosen from the mid values. And then which one do we choose? We usually choose the middle one. Whichever lies in the middle, we choose that value from your mid value as your assumed mean. And we've already discussed this also. This symbol stands for sigma, that is a total. F stands for your frequency, that is the second column. So the only two new things that we come across in this formula are C and U. Now C stands for class width. Okay, now what exactly is class width? Class width is nothing but it's just the difference. So let's say if I have an interval called 0 to 10, or if I have any interval like 10 to 20 or whatever it is, or 20 to 30, any interval. So if I have to find the class width of any of these intervals, all you have to do is you have to always do a bigger number minus the smaller number. So if I am choosing this interval, so you always have to subtract, and then the formula that you'll have to use is bigger number minus the smaller. You'll have to find the difference between the two numbers. That is, we'll do 10 minus 0, that is equal to 10, is called the class width. What about this one? I'll do the bigger minus smaller. I'll do a 20 minus 10, that is equals to again 10. What about this one? I would do a 30 minus 20, that is equals to 10. So any interval you are choosing, you'll have to always find the difference, and difference means it's always the bigger number minus the small number, and that is called your C, or your class width. And then U, just like your D in your shortcut, is equal to x minus a. D was x minus a, but now C has come extra, so U over here in this formula will be x minus a divided by the class width. So I need to make sure that I get my class width correct. Only then I will get my U also correct. Okay, so you have to make sure that you do these things correctly. So now let's say this is the question, and then they're saying solve the following equation or find the mean of this question using step deviation. Okay, so now the steps. So step one, what you do is you always, as usual, like in your shortcut or in a direct method, find the mid values of all the class intervals. So you have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 class intervals. Find the mid values. Mid values are called x. And this one, how do you find the mid values? We already know it. So we add the two of them divided by 2. 5, then we get 10 plus 20, 30, 15, 25, 35, 45. Those are my mid values. Then step 2. Step 2, what you do is you choose your A, because A is what I need in the formula. We choose A, and I said we always choose your A from your mid values. These are called your mid values. And then which one do I choose out of these 5? Preferably the middle one. So A over here in this question is 25. Okay. Then step 3. In step 3, it says find C, that is your class width is what you find. And how do I find the class width? Just now we had explained to you. So any interval that you choose, you just have to go ahead and find the difference, bigger number minus smaller number. Now which interval do I choose? You can choose any one of the 5 interval to find a class width. If someone says I want to take the first, you can do that. If you want to take the 5th, you can do that. Any interval you choose, if it's one question, and if you have chosen the interval from the same question, then your C will always be the same no matter whichever interval you choose. Okay, so let's say, for example, if someone chooses this first one, so 10 minus 0, that is equals to C is equals to 10. Okay, so how did we get class width? Class width is equals to the bigger number minus the smaller number. So since you have chosen this interval, you can choose any interval I said. So we get C is equal to 10. So that is step 3. Now step 4 is to find u, and we've already given you the formula to find u. U is equals to x minus a divided by c. Okay, so now we have to find u, and u is equal to x minus a divided by c. Now this one I will not do it over here because it becomes congested. So to explain that, I will do it in the rough, and then we put the answer over there. So the first x is equal to 5. Now u says x minus a. So what is this x? X is 5. 5 minus a. We have chosen a to be as 25. So 5 minus 25 divided by c, we got it as 10. So we get minus 20 by 10. We cancel. We get first u to be as minus 2. So my first u is minus 2. Now we move on to the second u. To get the second u, the formula is still the same, but now I can't take this first x because we're talking about the second one. So the second x is 15. So 15 minus still the same formula. A is still 25. C is still the same. So we get minus 10 by 10. That is equal to minus 1. So that is equal to minus 1. Now similarly, the third x is equal to 25. So 25 minus 25, that is your a divided by your c is 10. 0 by 10, that is equal to 0. So in the same manner, you solve 35. What do we get? X minus a divided by c, that is 10 by 10, that is equal to 1. We put 1. Then the next one is x minus a divided by c, that is 20 by 10, that is equals to 2. So that is how we get our u. So if I do it all of these calculations over here, so it may become very, very untidy, and then you may get confused yourself. But if you want to do it here also, you can do it, but I would prefer you doing it in the rough. Okay, then step 5. But if you think you can do it mentally also, then that's very good. Step 5 is to find a column called fu. Fu means multiply the column f and the column u. So I'll get fu. So this is my column f and this is my column u. So these are the two I'll multiply. So the first f and the first u gives me a minus 6. Second f and the second u gives me a minus 2. First f and the third and third gives me 1 into 0, 0. 4 into 1 gives me a 4. 5 into 2 gives me a 10. Why? Because we are saying fu. So the column f and the column u gets multiplied. We get this. Then it's step 6. Okay, find total of frequency. So that means, and then you'll call that as sigma f. The total of this one is 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 4 10. So sigma f is equal to 15. So the total of the frequency, we got it as 15. We'll call that as sigma f, and I wrote sigma f. Then step 7, find total of fu. So, and then you'll call that as total means sigma, and then fu, sigma fu. So total of this is sigma fu, but we have negative also, we have positive also, just like in a shortcut. You take it in the rough. First only solve the negative ones. Minus 6 minus 2 gives me a minus 8. Solve the positive ones. Plus 4 and 10 gives me a plus 14. And together these will give me a plus 6. So this will give me a plus 6 as my sigma fu. Now step 7 or 8, what you do is apply the formula. So the formula to get your mean using step deviation was a plus a bracket c into sigma fu divided by sigma f. And a is equals to 25 as per this, plus c, we've already found it to be as 10. So we'll write 10 into sigma fu, we got it to be as plus 6 divided by sigma f, we found it as 15. So we have 15. So whatever can be cancelled, cancel. Like 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10, 3 1s are 3 2s are 6. So we get 25 plus 2 2s are 4. So we get 25 plus 4, that is equals to 29. So the answer for this particular question is 29. That means the mean using step deviation is 29 for this particular question. So it's almost similar to your shortcut. If you have understood shortcut, then step deviation shouldn't also be a problem for you, because there's only one extra thing, is that we just have to find one class width, that is your c, and then instead of a d we will find a u. And how do I find my u? Is the same, numerator is still the same like a d x minus a. It's just that now to get your u you have to divide that by a c, and instead of getting fd, now we'll get fu. Okay, and that is how we solve. So the steps are almost similar to your shortcut, and if there is any confusion, as I keep on saying, you just let me know, and then if there is anything else that I can do about it, I'll definitely do that. Okay, So that's it for the time being. Thank you very much.